Deanne and I play at the University of Florida. I started playing in house league in Alliston, Ontario, and then when I was 14, I participated in the Ontario Rex program. I started playing for the Canadian women's national team at 16. And then I played for GS United until I came to college, and now I play for University of Florida.
Did you decide that you wanted to play at the next level and you started having these dreams of representing the country and playing at a university level?
I started dreaming about it kind of as it was happening, or like the beginning, like in the States to do different showcases. So when you start doing that, then you start actually imagining, like people start telling you like you're good enough to go to college in the States, like stuff like that.
Can you talk a little bit more about the detail of the steps that you took in playing to get to where you are today?
I think it was when I was 15, I got invited to a U15 national team camp, and then I didn't make that team. So kind of the national team was like out of the question for me. Like I was just like, okay, I'm going to focus on college. And then U17 camp, I got invited, and then I went to one camp, and then it kind of blew up from there. And I went to the women's national team. And then from there, that's when a lot of college coaches started reaching out, and they would see me more on the international level.
Getting cut from that national team at a young age, what was that like for you?
It was really discouraging for me, especially because the way that the Ontario system is set up, like you progress to that level. So like you're on a track, everybody's on a track. So once you're on a track with all your friends and then you get removed from the track, it's really disheartening because it's like, what was I doing differently than them? It was my first real cut to a team where it was like I wanted it the most and I got cut.
So what advice could you give those athletes who do get cut and are discouraged to keep moving forward?
Never stop believing in yourself. Like believe you can and you will. You don't realize, especially as a young player, how much energy and how important that self-confidence is, because it takes you so much further than you can imagine. The earlier you learn that, I think the better off you'll be.
So can you talk a little bit about those experiences? So playing for Canada and what that meant to you.
First camp, I saw Christine Sinclair and I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way she's in front of me right now. It was just crazy. So Desiree Scott, all the players that I had just seen in the 2015 World Cup in Canada, it was just like seeing them was just like crazy. So nerves were like out of this world. Playing for Canada, it's been a long journey. I can't believe it's already been 4 years, but I started out really young, and then it's the type of environment that you're in it, you get used to it before you even realize that you're really in it. So like I started off as a nervous 16-year-old, and then all of a sudden you're focusing on the Olympics. That's in 8 months. We get to the Olympics, and that was just a whole nother realm of excitement and nervousness and stuff like that.
Can you talk a little bit more about your experience at the Olympics?
It's weird because in the Olympics, like you're training so hard for 8 months, however long I was on the team, to make the team. And once you make the team, it's a realization that you still have to, you got to take yourself out of your own body and out of your own mind. And you have to try to be like, okay, how can I help the team? Because we're all ready, but we're just nervous. Like we need to figure out how to work together. I didn't have really any expectations to play. I was the youngest one. And then the second game I subbed in. I got some touches on the ball. It just felt good. Like I didn't really do anything extravagant, but I didn't do anything wrong. So it was kind of like a good first time. And then the next game we played Germany, and I started, and I was nervous because, you know, Germany's like a top tier team. So won the quarters against France, moved to the semis, and then we lost against Germany. So that's when we go to the bronze medal match. So then my coach sits me down before the game. He's like, you're starting. And I'm like, wait, like what? He's like just explaining all the, like, I just zoned out. I was just, after he said you're starting, I just don't even really remember what happened in that conversation. Okay, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready. I want to score tomorrow. Like, I'm fired up, like trying to fake it till I make it, all these emotions. And then get in the game, super nervous. And then I score my first Olympic goal, 20 minutes in, crazy excitement. And then had to bring it back because I'm like, okay, we still got to win a medal. The game was over, and then all the raw emotions of like, we just won our first medal, because we had so many young people on the team. So it was just amazing to be able to share the experience with so many people that it was their first Olympics too. So it was really special to share that with them. It was just amazing, like to be holding my teammates' hands and then have our medal, jump off the podium. Like it's just kind of something that I don't even know if there's a word to describe it.